What is up, everybody? This is the post-game live show, Chiefs and Colts. You win some, you lose some. Let's freaking talk about it, but first... Let's get into this. First off, injuries. Mecole Hardman still looked banged up with his heel. Never came back looking 100%. I'm not even sure how much he played in the second half because of that. Andrew Wiley was injured on a play, but ended up coming back. Stephon Gilmore was injured for the Colts. Came back at halftime, though. Brian Cook was injured on the opening kickoff in the second half. He ended up coming back, though. So as far as injuries go, all that I know of, everybody's pretty much okay, at least for the Chiefs, from what I understand. Now, it was an ugly game for the Chiefs on all sides of the ball, really except for the defense, man. We can't fault the defense here other than Chris Jones and his unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, whatever he said to Matt Ryan there, that kept the drive going. But the game should have been over a long time before that. So let's jump into this. Starting out, the Chiefs drive the Colts, I believe, to a quick punt to start the game. Sky Moore muffed the opening punt, giving the Colts the ball on the 4-yard line, in which they scored a TD. That TD, by the way, was a result of Darius Harris, the new linebacker in for Willie Gay Jr. Darius Harris was involved in that play, touchdown. Chiefs went 3-0, 3 and out, sorry, very rough start. They are not 3-0, I'm sorry to say. They went 3 and out, very rough start for them. Sky almost muffed the punt again, letting it bounce. And the Chiefs were backed up to their 1-yard line, which basically resulted in another punt. The bright spot of special teams, in my opinion, y'all can say what you want, but Tommy Townsend is about the only bright spot I can find on special teams. Don't worry. We're going to get to even more stuff, but I will say this. L'Jarius Sneed had back-to-back plays, including a blitz forced fumble on a 4th and 1. The defense for the Chiefs looked good. The Chiefs recover, converted a key 3rd down and 7 to Kelce for 29 yards. And then the very next play, touchdown Kansas City, Travis freaking Kelce. You know how that goes. Juan Thornhill had a key tackle on a screen pass on a 3rd and 7. Dunlap later forced a fumble on Matt Ryan, his second of the day, which Sneed recovered. So, tip of the hat to L'Jarius Sneed. 2 fumbles. I think the Chiefs actually scored 14 points off both of those fumbles. It took them a minute to get in the end zone the second time there, but it was a 1-yard CEH run. Kelce had the 2-point conversion. Then Frank Clark had a huge sack on Matt Ryan, which was a great play. The half ended in a very weird manner, and I feel like this just sums up the overall word for the Chiefs today, and that would be frustration. Patrick Mahomes, Eric Bieniemy, get into it a little bit on the sideline there. It ended in a very weird way. The Chiefs had no timeouts. They chose to run a draw play up the middle. Had time to spike the ball near the 50-yard line or so, like spike the ball, stop the clock, reset, maybe do a Hail Mary into the end zone. Instead, the Chiefs coaching staff, which I believe would be Eric Bieniemy, decided to run out the clock. And Patrick Mahomes and Eric Bieniemy got into it on the sideline about it. Mahomes visibly frustrated. That is the word of the day for the Chiefs. Frustration. Second half, Chiefs converted a key 4th and 1 with a Mike Burton fullback dive. It's like the only way they can get runs right now. I'm very concerned about the Chiefs O-line, how good it is on paper, but their inability to be productive on short yardage run plays. It's very weird to me, very frustrating. But I will say this, that drive ended up with a field goal. And with that field goal, this was the 16th consecutive game with a field goal made for the Chiefs, which ties for the second longest streak of consecutive games with a field goal made in franchise history. I know that doesn't really matter. Little key stat, though, I thought was cool. The franchise record is 18, set across 2001 and 2002 seasons. Now, Darius Harris did have a couple mishaps, but he also had 3 solid tackles that I saw. And Nick Bolton recorded the first sack of his career, which is a bright spot, I guess, if you want to say that, forcing a 4th down, which resulted in a field goal for the Colts. The Chiefs threw a flea flicker, y'all. I don't know what I was watching there. Threw a flea flicker of sorts, which resulted for like a 10-yard pass. It was to Noah Gray, and he actually was able to get some yards after the catch. It was a first down, but very weird. After that, they ended up it was 4th and 10, and they faked a field goal. And guys, I'm going to tell you something about this faked field goal. 4th and 10, they did a fake field goal where Tommy Townsend picked up the ball to pass it to Noah Gray. And here's why they did it. They have no confidence in Matt Amendola, guys. Absolutely no confidence. You want to know who the Chiefs needed more than anybody today? All the mishaps, all the miscues, all that would have been a non-factor if Harrison Butker was in the game, y'all. We missed a PAT. That fake field goal on a 4th and 10 because the Chiefs had no confidence that Matt Amendola was going to make a field goal. And then he misses a field goal later in the game. That is 7 points left behind because Harrison Butker was not in the game. So excuses are excuses, right? The Chiefs lost the game and it was largely on special teams, but the Chiefs on offense had plenty of opportunities to put more points on the board than they did. For example, they were 3 for 10 on 3rd down conversions. That's a 30% failing grade. 4th down efficiency, 1 for 2. But the big thing is 3 for 10 on 3rd downs. That was an issue last week as well. And I thought, possibly it would have been corrected this game, but sadly was not. They were also 2 and 4 in the red zone, 50% in the red zone. Not good there either. After that, let's finish this game out. I mean, geez Louise, the Chiefs stopped a crucial 4th and inches by the Colts. Another one. I mean, the defense made play after play after play after play after play, except for that final drive because they were freaking gassed. And it would have been like 4th and 15. 4th and 16 on that sack, but Chris Jones runs his little flapper. Ref throws the flag. Unsportsmanlike conduct, I think is what the call was. Moves the chains. The defense is absolutely gassed. It was a mess. Next drive, Juju Smith-Schuster had a big play, a 53-yard catch, and run on a key 3rd and 13. And that's where I was like, oh my God, I think we're actually going to pull it together. But Chiefs couldn't finish the drive, attempted a field goal, and freaking missed the field goal. It was a 36-yard field goal, y'all. That's 1 yard longer than a PAT. So essentially, Matt Amendola is about worthless. Poor guy. I mean, I hate to like go off on the guy, but it's like, dude, you're paid to kick the ball and make it in. Maybe Justin Reed should have kicked the field goal. I don't know. Either way, it was a mess. Chris Jones, unsportsmanlike conduct, kept the drive going. Colts score. Chiefs get the ball back. Actually got pretty close to getting in field goal range there. Obviously, the game ended in a pick with some miscommunication happening there. I think it was a pass to Juju that got tipped up and picked off, but I'm not going to lie, y'all. If Juju makes that catch and gets them on that hash that yard where they felt safe on Matt Amendola kicking the game-tying field goal, answer me this, everybody. Do we really think Matt Amendola was going to make that field goal to tie it up? Sure, maybe he could have, but I had basically zero faith in that man. I have more faith in the Tooth Fairy, who is not real, than Matt Amendola. 2 mishaps on punts, a missed PAT, a missed field goal, but then probably would have been missed field goal when they went for it on 4th and 10 with the fake field goal. And then Isaiah Pacheco is slipping on invisible banana peels on a kickoff. So definitely all bad. Patrick Mahomes, 20 for 35, 262 yards, 1 TD and an INT. At the end of the game there, 1 sack for 5 yards. Now, Matt Ryan, 27 for 37, 222 yards, 5 sacks for 45 yards. That man was looking like Joe Burrow out there getting sacked. Matt Ryan I'm more mobile in the pocket than Matt Ryan. And I've had 4 surgeries since 2015 and have 2 bulging discs in my back. Let's just put it this way. The Colts are not a good team. They're not a good team. I guess this is the definition of a trap game, is it not? We joked about it. I said the Chiefs would win by 10, but obviously they lost by whatever that was, 3 points. Yeah, 17-20. So the leading receiver, Juju Smith-Schuster, 5 receptions, 89 yards. Not surprising that he led. Kelsey almost had 2 TDs. He had a catch in the end there where he should have made it for a TD, but he missed it. It was a tough grab. We'll just be honest there. It was a tough grab. He should have came down with it. He knows it. But yeah, Travis Kelsey, 4 catches, 58 yards. MVS, 48 yards. I mean, CEH 5 for 39, 262 yards passing. This is really freaking bad, y'all. And this is one of my greatest concerns I think that we have. Now, to credit the Colts, their ability to stop the run on short yardage situations coming into this game, I think they were the 2nd best in the NFL, allowing an average 2.7 yard per rush, 2nd best in the NFL. But look at this. You have your leading rusher, Patrick Mahomes, 4 carries for 26 yards. Then McKinnon, 7 carries for 20 yards. Pacheco, 3 for 9. And then what is this? CEH, 7 carries for 0 total yards. That's because he had a couple of them that were for losses. One of those plays, by the way, that was a loss. Orlando Brown Jr. got smoked like a 15-ounce blunt on this play. He got absolutely torched, and it wasn't the only play Orlando Brown Jr. got torched. I saw one play, he fell over. He tripped over an invisible cinder block, okay, on the back side of him. Very solid defensive standing by the Chiefs defense. That is the bright spot, quite possibly from last week and this week, if you want a bright spot. That's down Willie Gay. That's down Trent McDuffie. That's down Mike Dana with the calf injury. So the defense, definite bright spot. L'Jarius Sneed with a sack. Nick Bolton, 2 freaking sacks. I mean, lots of tackles for loss. Dunlap with the key sack. Frank Clark had a sack, bulldozing. We cannot blame the defense on this game. Now, if you want to say I'm pissed off at Chris Jones, go ahead, because I am too. But it should have never got there, y'all. It should have never got there. Chris Jones, was he an idiot? Oh, yeah. Is he going to get chewed out? I freaking hope so. He's the vet on the team, one of the leaders on defense. He better get chewed out. I mean, good Lord. But hats off to the Colts. What are you going to say? Am I going to sit here and blame the refs? Not really. There was that one play on Mahomes. It was like a face mask, but it would have been offsetting penalties anyway because I think it was Andrew Wiley was holding on that play, I believe. Somebody was holding. Something happened on the Chiefs' offensive side. It would have been offsetting penalties. So not really going to blame the refs much there. Questionable no call in the end zone on a Kelsey play, maybe in the third quarter, second quarter, somewhere around there that it was a little questionable, but not the end of the world. Get the loss out of the way early, but good Lord, that was super ugly, man. I can't wait for Harrison Butker to be back. If you want a game ball to somebody, maybe Juju Smith-Schuster, 5 catches, 89 yards. Nobody, no running, none of that. Defense, maybe Sneed, maybe Bolton. I don't know. But there we are. I don't know what else to say, but that concludes just my post-game analysis. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.